Hello and good morning. Well, maybe it's afternoon where you are, or maybe it's pizza time. I hope it's a good time for you. Here we are in week 4 of the sheltered in place because of the coronavirus. Man, these are interesting times, huh? Today I'm going to be reading to you from my book, Eternity is the E in Love. And experience meaning and change the world with the power of love. My favorite topic. We're in a section called, it's part 2. It's rituals are habits which add meaning and significance to life. Rituals are different than habits. Habits are just kind of things you just kind of mindlessly do. They just kind of pop up in the morning, and you brush your teeth, those are just things you just kind of naturally do. Rituals are habits that you assign meaning to, and they are in the book I mention about days. A day is what? It's 24 hours, right? But when you assign a meaning to a day, February 19th is Jennifer's birthday. All of a sudden, because you assigned meaning to it, it's special. It's important to you. And there are rituals that we participate in on February 19th. We bake a cake. We sing happy birthday. Those are all important rituals that make the day special. And so today I'm going to be reading to you from pages 99 to 102, rituals for oxytocin. Now that's an interesting thing. How can you have ritual for oxytocin, right? Because oxytocin is a brain chemical. It's a hormone. It kind of goes into it's in your brain. How can you make a ritual out of that? Well, you will be surprised to find out how. Oh, let me just get right into it, shall we? The second book in this series has yet to be written. I wrote the kindness book first, and then this book, and the fourth book of this, the ebook is the fourth book of the series. The second book, its title is Oxytocin, is the O in love, strengthening your emotional connections. Now, what's interesting about that is that I say here that the second book of the series is yet to be written. It's done! It's in the can. I'm just waiting to put some final touches on it before I publish it. And man, it's a fun book. In fact, I want to read a portion of it to you after this. So hang in there, because I'm going to be writing about pleasure. I'm going to be reading to you out of that book from a chapter called Pleasuring. Now, I don't know if you can handle that on a Saturday morning or not. That's when I'm reading this. But if you do, then you'll be blessed. All right. Strengthening your love. Strengthening your emotional connections. And then I write parenthetically, in my books on love, I don't write about sex. Sex is a biological function and happens rather naturally for most people. What's not so natural and is a critical factor in promoting a healthy sex life is pleasuring. I wrote a chapter about pleasuring in my book, My Ideal Day of Love, 24 Hours of Love at Home and at Work. Ironically, pleasuring has very little to do with sex. One of these days, if I have time, I'll write a book on the Kama Sutra of pleasuring. The first chapter won't be very sexy, as it will be about rubbing feet. Jennifer gets a lot of pleasure out of having her feet rubbed. It's a loving ritual. Our work days are long, sometimes After a long day of being on her feet, she will cast that look, which is a sweet smile. I will have I have learned over time that the smile means, would you kindly and lovingly rub my feet? This is the cue to the ritual. I give the yes nod. No words are exchanged in this communication. I always give the nod because it's so meaningful for her. Then she puts her feet in my lap and I proceed to rub and knead her feet. She lets me know if it's too hard or if she wants special pressure applied. Often she makes delightful, pleasuring sounds. Sometimes it tickles her. I rub her feet for as long as I can until my hands fatigue. On occasion, I'll use a special lotion, which only adds to the delight she feels when. Hold on. It's getting kind of interesting now, isn't it? Hello, Jeremiah. There you go here. Got this going here. You know, there we go. On occasions, I'll use special oil, which only adds delight she feels when her feet are moisturized. After a foot massage, we snuggle and we feel intensely emotionally close. Oxytocin is a powerful hormone that's associated with emotional closeness. Our bodies secrete oxytocin during intimate touch, mothers nursing infants, caressing, hugging, kissing, rubbing feet, and many other intimate, touching experiences. It must be said that this is wanted touch. I emphasize wanted touch because touch can cause repulsion, rejection, and disgust when it's not wanted. Obviously, Jennifer wants her feet rubbed when she throws them into my lap. Nevertheless, I will ask with a coy smile, "Oh, would you like me to rub your feet?" I advise you to sit down with your loving partner and talk about the power of oxytocin and the kind of touching each would like or not like when when and where these touching rituals can take place. By the way, none of these touches are overtly sexual, nor are they performed with the expectation that sex will follow. Yes, touching can be the prelude to a sexual experience, but pleasuring is totally and 100% for the benefit of the other. When your pleasuring rituals are performed for the other, then you are demonstrating your love, the fact that you are a safe person, and your total acceptance of the other. There's something creepy about rubbing feet, expecting some kind of a sex act. Receiving this kind of pleasuring ritual is deeply satisfying, and it knits hearts closer together. The foot massage is only one of many of our pleasuring rituals. As you may remember from the kindness book, I only think about Jennifer always, except when I don't, and then I catch myself and I immediately return to thinking good things. My good thoughts are revealed in my smile and the way I look at her. This is a pleasuring ritual we use. The cue is when I see her. Likewise, I only use kind words with Jennifer 100% of the time, except when I don't, and then I immediately return to using kind words. My words include many terms of endearment. Jennifer's other names are my beloved, love, and sweetheart. This is not just my habit, it is my ritual of pleasuring. My kind thoughts, my kind words, and my kind acts are ritualized. That is, I give meaning to them. Often we'll go for a short walk. I give meaning to them intentionally. We often will go for short walks just to get a breath of fresh air. And the cue for the walking ritual is the closing of the door behind us as we leave the house. It reminds us to hold hands. The act of walking hand in hand, the act of walking holding hands is a universally observed ritual indicating intimate emotional connections. One of the early signs that a relationship is in danger of failing, is an emotional disconnection. When one says, I love you, but I don't love you like I used to, this is one way of expressing that the emotional connection is weak or evaporating. Restoring a weak emotional connection is challenging. When one attempts an emotional connection while the other is disconnected, the attempt may be thought of as manipulation or not a genuine attempt to connect emotionally. It is best always to be a loving, kind person 24 hours a day. It's much easier to have an emotional connection with a loving, kind person. So I adopt the identity, I am a loving, kind person, and practice the rituals of a loving, kind person. Listen carefully to what I'm about to say. There is no end to the pleasuring cycle. It is constant. Every encounter, every moment, every day, as long as you live. There are some very exciting, ecstatic, pleasuring moments in life. These are merely punctuation points, like the peaks of the R wave of the EKG. The rest of your moments are part of a continuum of pleasure you give to each other. Make it a ritual. Make it meaningful. Make it pleasurable. Make it love. So let me take you now to the new book, the O book. And oh gosh, it's just been so much fun to do this. I want to talk to you. I'm going to read to you a little bit. This is going to sound a little familiar to you. Pleasuring words. Only speak pleasuring words. This is from my O book. It's like I said, it's in the can, and it just has a few little minor touches that we're waiting to put on it before I publish it. And so here is a brief preview of a part of the O book from the chapter on pleasuring. Pleasuring words. Only speak pleasuring words to your beloved constantly, all the time. Never stop. Words are more powerful than you can imagine. Here's an example. After a romantic meal at a beachside restaurant, a young couple stroll next to the wave, hand in hand. They reach a promenade overlooking the ocean, and they stop to behold the beauty of the setting sun. Then he casually drops on one knee and holds up a ring for her to see. Oh my God! Her heart starts racing with anticipation, and she thinks, oh my God, he's going to ask me. She draws her hands to her face in utter amazement, and then he says the words, will you marry me? These few spoken words are the most important words that she has ever heard. They are transforming words. 4 words so packed with so much meaning that she will literally never be the same, and she will never forget. Everything changes because of those words. Those are powerful words. Those are pleasurable words. Even ordinary words can be pleasuring. I refer to Jennifer as my beloved, love, and sweetheart. When she asks for my assistance with something like, "Can you help me with this?" I will reply, "Yes, love." When the phone rings, her photo appears with the name My Beloved, and I'll answer, "Hello, my beloved." You remember the movie The Princess Bride? The character Wesley says to his beloved Buttercup, "As you wish." Those are pleasuring words. By the way, do you remember what as you wish means in that movie? Some of you do. Jennifer reminded me. As you wish means I love you. I will stop the reading there, but I just wanted to give you a little taste of what the O book has in it, and that's from the pleasuring chapter. Well, that's what I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope that you have a blessed day. I'm recording this on the Saturday between Good Friday and Easter Sunday morning, and I hope that you have a blessed Easter, and I hope that you can drink all the meaning out of it you possibly can. And I also hope that you have a blessed, blessed day today. Bye-bye. Oh, hello, Bill. Thanks for liking. I'm just getting ready to log off. Take care now. Bye-bye.